Hello everyone, this is Jade, and if this is your first time here, welcome. If you have been to my channel before, welcome back. I was going to do a channel update, but I figured, you know what, let's just jump right in and we'll do just a brief explanation of what happened, because, you know, that could be a whole rant all on its own. So when COPPA came out, or at least the announcement for it, it just really looked bad. It looked like a lot of channels were going to be gone, from gaming and crafting to art and animation and all that, because of what they were saying could be considered as child directed. So any games with colorful, bright colors, like, you know, I thought Factory Town. So I don't think that's the case anymore. Most of these fines are they're going to be looking at monetized channels. Now, my channel's not monetized at the moment. Now, that doesn't mean that I can just take a video and target children and mark it as not. That's not the case. But fines are based on the amount of money that you make off that video. And this is just from my understanding. I haven't done a whole ton of, big amount of research into it. So with that, that's probably not going to be too much of an issue. Though you will not see any Minecraft videos on here for the foreseeable future, because I don't know how they're going to treat Minecraft. Because YouTube's bots have already gone out and they're already making a mess of things, because they have taken videos, and because it's animation, they've marked it as for kids when these videos are clearly not for kids. You know, like Family Guy clips and stuff. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. So we're just going to kind of stay away from Minecraft, and that's fine, because I've kind of got burnout on Minecraft anyway, so I'm not really ready to jump back into that. Still interested in Minecraft, but just not right now. So we're going to be playing games like RimWorld, Oxygen Not Included. I've got, Universum. I've got some games that were in early access, like Kepler and Mercury Fallen, that I want to take a look at again, because I've not played these games in a long time. They've had updates, and I kind of want to see how they are. Also, my videos have never been directed at children, and obviously they're not going to be now. But I always worried about the swearing, and it's like, oh, I've got to edit this out. I'm not going to worry about that anymore. You're not going to hear swearing every other word. You're not going to hear the F word unless something really happens and it slips out. But I'm not going to worry about editing it out. But it's not going to be something that you're going to hear as part of a normal as I'm talking. It's not, because I still just default to try to not do that anyway. But I'm just going to try not to worry about it anymore. So I think our first thing that we're going to release is going to be RimWorld. That's going to be our first series. And most of my other videos I deleted. I overreacted, and yes, I did delete them. So I won't be putting anything else back up. So we're basically starting over from scratch, because the few things that I did save are older versions and stuff, so there's really just no point in putting them out. So with that fairly brief explanation, we're going to go with this. This is going to be just episode 0. We're going to go over the mods, because we're going to do a modded. And just so you know, I can be very incompetent at playing these games. So if you're looking at somebody who knows what they're doing, never makes mistakes, this is not it. If you are just going to watch for entertainment and you can laugh at stupid mistakes that somebody makes, and, this is fine. Because I could probably kill off a colony in 10 minutes if the right thing happens. So our mods here, we've got obviously the core game content. Mod Manager is just managing the mods, and it's got all my stuff that I'm subscribed to sits over here, and then I just move everything over that I want to actually have in-game. And we have like 89 mods in here, because I keep finding new ones and go, oh, this could be interesting, oh, this could be helpful. To the point that, some of these I may never even get to, or I forget they're there. But the Mod Manager just makes it easier to modify this stuff. And I can actually make a list so that I can probably quickly reload the same ones in. This is just a library mod that makes other mods work, as is Jex Tools. So Hugs Libs, Jex Tools, just library mods. Humanoid alien races just allows new alien races, obviously. Dub's menus just makes the menus look a little bit better. Like plant selection, when you're sewing, you get actually little pictures up on the screen of what they look like, and you'll see that when we get into that. So we've got some deep storage here. We'll see how that works. I've not ever used this before. Metallic batteries, so we can make batteries out of different materials. They will have different stats on them. So I'm assuming steel is probably the least, and as you get up higher, they probably hold more power. Alpha Biomes adds 8 new biomes, and we are going to be playing in some of these biomes. So the first one we're going to do is the mycotic jungle. I think that one's probably not as bad. I've played in it a little bit, and I think I can manage in this, maybe. So we're going to try that one first. We may check out some other ones later, because like I said, I don't know how long it's going to be before I manage to kill off the first colony anyway. Animal logic just helps with the animals a little bit, so they can own beds, they can be medical, they'll tag animals that are trained for your caravans and stuff so you know where they are. Egg layers are going to try and find a place in the home area. Here, predators hunting your pawns will be considered hostile by all your pawns and turrets. I don't know if you have to actually do this. Medical alerts for animals. Oh, convert any generic animal meat into chicken meat. So we're not going to worry too much about that. Prevents animals from eating random stuff. Okay, so prevents them from eating drugs and things like that outside their zones. Whatever. I'll still screw something up somehow. Lord of the Rims Unlimited. And as it says here, silly version of a mod called the Third Age. This is really the same thing, except that it does not limit the tech, because I don't want to limit the tech. That's why I said this is like kitchen sink. Things just don't go together very well. It's just nuts. But I wanted some of the stuff that was in it. It does add like these salted pots and stuff. So those are going to come in handy, because we're going to be doing, it's a start with, you get 4 elves, and it's like an elven colony, but I have no power, so no air conditioner, which means you're not making refrigeration anytime soon, really, because you have to research the power and, all that kind of stuff. So these are going to definitely come in handy for storage of food. Doors expanded. I think this just adds some new doors. There's double and triple size, which, may or may not get used. But it was required to have, because we have Lord of the Elves, or Rim's elves. So we have elves, we will have hobbits, we can have dwarves. So we'll see what happens. We're going to start off with elves, and of course we can pick up some of these others as they come in. Replace stuff. So when I build stuff out of wood or mushroom stalks, as I get stone and that, we should just be able to replace the walls with it without actually having to tear everything down. Vein miner will let us take and just mark a complete vein of something to mine. Run and gun does just that. They have ranged weapons they can run and shoot, which will hopefully be helpful. They do, and I think it says in here somewhere, it's a reduced accuracy and stuff here while moving. Yeah, at the cost of an accuracy and movement penalty. Cleaning station, if we get to it, it just may help with cleaning, but depending on when we actually get to it, and if we have enough people to clean, we may just be able to use this to benefit maybe the kitchen or something like that, just to kind of help out a little bit. We've got Giddy Up Core, which we need for our ride and roll, our caravans, and our battle mounts, so that we can just ride around the base and stuff doing things. You can ride them in the caravans, which makes them, I think, a little bit quicker, and they can ride them into battle. Rim Fridge adds refrigerated racks, so we can keep things that are perishable. We can keep them cold, which means that maybe everything doesn't have to be kept in the freezer. We can keep maybe a supply of stuff, say, in the dining room, so they can go in there and hopefully eat at a table and not bitch about not having a table. So circle and oval, this is just for planning stuff. Deconstruct, return, fix, so we can get some stuff back. I think when we deconstruct, this just adds some more joy items. Blueprints, we can create blueprints out of things that we make, and then I think we could take them and rotate them and stuff. I've not really played around with it too much, but I thought it might be helpful at some point. Color-coded mood bar, so you can just look at a glance and see when somebody's in a bad mood. Dub's paint shop, to be able to change the color of things that can be changed. Fishing, which gives us, well, them the ability to fish for food, and also these little traps. Display radius. So if we want to build with circles, it'll display a radius. So it's probably, it might be redundant with the circle and oval, but hey. The camera lets us zoom way in, a lot further than you can with just vanilla. We also have alpha animals. Add 64 new animals. This is what's going to kill us, is this the animals. So it's compatible with a lot of stuff, and it just adds different animals that are really kind of interesting. Genetic Rim will allow us to extract DNA from different animals and create hybrids. This is the patch for alpha animals, so we can use some of those. Magical Menagerie is just going to add 12 magical animals to the world. I don't know that it really tells us in here what they add, but I think like a griffin might be in there and stuff like that. This is just makes it hopefully easier to search for things I'm looking for. This makes it easier to see what they are wearing. Just show hats with hair, so just cosmetic. Megafauna is going to add some large animals, which again will probably kill us, you know, like Titan and Boa. I don't think this is the one that adds this big, like, it's a hermit crab that has a shell on its back. It's stone. Yeah, that thing is dangerous. It just takes things out. It's not aggressive, but boy, it just plows down anything in its path. And we have, of course, the patch for genetic rim so that we can do something with those. We have rim bees. And those actually, the bees create different things. If you think about the bees, if you've ever played Minecraft forestry with the bees, like extra bees and stuff. So this is kind of the same thing. They can make different things, from steel to, you know, I think lavish meals, I think, was one of the ones. And this, the patch for rim bees will also add some more hybrids and stuff. So we can do, there's new wax, new honey, new honeycombs. I think you can build with the wax and stuff as well. Uninstall rim bees. This is just to, I think, so we can uninstall things and just move them somewhere else rather than having to deconstruct. Same thing with uninstall RimWorld. So we can uninstall, I don't know if we can actually uninstall a complete building and move them around. I've not tried that. This again is just some cosmetic stuff that I just left in there just because it's different. We have a bunch of the vegetable VPG or VGP vegetable garden. There's more veggies, extra trees. There's garden tools, garden resources. So this will actually grow. There's steel shrooms, plasteel, gold fern leaves. There's uranium root bulbs. This is for some medicine. Fabrics. So we get plasteel, like hemp, things like that. This adds wheat, sugar cane, and it adds some more recipes and things like that. So I think there's joy foods in here too. I think. So that if they, maybe they'll eat something like candy or something that'll make them happy. This is Three Sisters, and what it does is it is going to add some plants, but it also has sister crops. So you grow like corn, beans, and squash together. Or this blue corn, beans, and pumpkin. And I think it grows in one spot and you get 3 different things out of it. So we'll see how that works. A veggie blend, so they can just mix more food. I think, oh, see, for making your stuff into one compact pile. So we can take all that stuff and mix it together and just get one pile of stuff and hopefully save some space. Here's some bulk cooking. So we can tell it, let's say, cook 4 lavish meals or whatever. Not that probably, I don't even know if we really need that, but simple recycling, so we can recycle apparel. This will hopefully increase the stack size. It doesn't have a thing here. So I don't know if I might have to do that in game because it doesn't have a button down here to do that. This just adds some more furniture. A quarry if we end up in a flat area or we've, wiped out a lot of stuff, whatever. But I have it just in case. We have the H.P. Lovecraft storyteller because he adds just, he'll add like, I'm not going to have the cosmic horror stuff, but there's omens. So you might have a black cat, and the omens are events that precede larger and more horrible events. So I don't know if just having him in here with these events actually will trigger that kind of stuff or not. But he does have omens. They do get kind of bent out of shape. If there's a blood moon, they're not too happy about it. But he also has a second version in here that we were going to go with that actually doubles the population that you can have from like what would be vanilla. Atlas materials adds masonry, textiles, plastics, metallurgy. Allow tool just makes it easier to allow things in the area. Simple stockpile preset, so if I ever get to a point where I can figure out how to use some of it, I think we can tell it general freezer, like freezer but no meals, that kind of thing. Roof miner makes it easier to mine into, mountains. I think it's supposed to help eliminate the ceiling falling on you, or to keep room so you have less infestations because it's got a roof over it and stuff. Hospitality mod for visitors, which is always nice to have. Better workbench, so we can hopefully set up our bills better. Better vanilla masking, again, is really just cosmetic. Instead of this, it kind of looks like this. A blighted alert, so we can see when our plants get blight, and hopefully we can get it cleaned up. This is just some more fences and floors. Carpets of the rainbow for different colors. More planning, so we can change colors, and if I'm trying to plan something out, we can use these. Loot boxes. That should be kind of interesting. And there's a Pandora's box, which could be bad to open too. So there's all kinds of that kind of stuff in there. Glowstone, which we can mine and help with lighting. Industrialization. So there's, let's see, sky driller, call makers, and concrete and copper and aluminum, and let's see, concrete mixers and a trade ship, and all kinds of stuff like that. Industrial age objects. This is just from the 1800s and 1900s. This is kind of stuff that you could use probably with cosmic horrors, but obviously we're not using that in here. But gramophone, we might be able to use a radio, maybe the gas lamps or something for outside. Just it's more cosmetic decoration kind of stuff. Rim HUD is just a different HUD that kind of makes it a little bit easier to see stuff. Labels on floor. So once you put, say, a bed in a closed-in room, it'll say bedroom, or barracks if you have multiple in there and there's multiple people in there. So I don't know. I just put it down there. It could come in handy. Just as a quick glance to go, what is in here? Recolor stockpiles if I want to recolor anything. Numbers. We should be able to, I think, sort and put things on here so I could look, say, have everybody listed and know who does the best shooting, what their equipment is, and things like that. Therapy to go along with psychology because, if they're going to have a mental breakdown, maybe we can give them some therapy without, I love this, so tell me about this 8 without table you've experienced. So maybe it'll help keep them under control just a little bit. And psychology, of course, because just because it has different things in it as far as their psyche. And I think it makes them a little more diverse, maybe. They're a little different, more variety. Stuffed floors, just for floors. Real ruins will put some ruins on the map, so we might be able to find some good stuff if we're lucky, and we can actually get some of the stuff off of here for that to use in our own. Research Pal, just to kind of control the research a little bit better, and we can actually look, like if we want to do a certain thing, you can click on that and it will actually mark everything that you need before that to be researched. It'll mark everything up in research up to that point. Rim Writer, just add books and stuff. I think this is just probably a little bit more for joy. And if we wanted to build a library or something like that, we can do that. Various ship chunks. I think these have, just depending on what color it is, might have different materials in it. And rim cards just for the heck of it, because we can go out and collect cards. And there's a lot of different stuff in here. There's common, rare. I think at some point you can actually dismantle some of them, and I think you might be able to build more cards or something. But I think it was just something to put in there. So those are the mods that we're going to be using. And I think that we're going to go ahead and call that here because it's been 20 minutes. I will say that these are going to be recorded in batch recordings. I'll try to remember to mention that at the beginning of every episode, but if I happen to go over and have to just break them, of course, it's probably not going to say that. I'm also trying this. It's still going to be at like 720, but I'm going to try to record them at 60 FPS. We'll see how that goes. If not, I will be moving that back down to 30 FPS. We'll just have to see how choppy things may get if it does. So that's going to do it for this. Those are the mods we're going to be using. So next time we will start our new colony. We will get our colonists together, and we'll see how much torture we can put them through before we actually manage to get them killed. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you next time. Bye.